And then what does it say?
What's it say after that, baby? He grabbed it before I could read it.
I want to open it.
South Crystal, one Colton, Sawyer Lilac. What does it say, Sawyer? What does it say, one?
I don't know. It's the first thing.
Oh,
Just being the first thing. And then it says tell the story. So you're going to open it and tell a story.
Oh. I don't want to tell a story. I don't want to tell a story.
You open a little bit and then pass it down.
It's got
Okay, let Colton rip the last piece off.
Rip the rest of it off.
Got it? Okay. Alright, now go
Uh-huh.
to the, oh. I think if the story is probably Daddy's story. Probably.
Well,
So we'll let him.
it's a story of the first three.
Oh, it's not me.
Oh.
Not me. I'm out.
Not me, I'm out.
Not me.
What is it?
That's it. They're all right there. You can put those. You can put those on the tray if you want to.
Put it on the tray.
But mommy and daddy to tell you all the story of why this is important.
But why is there just so many McDonald's?
Because
Well,
I
they're
ordered
gonna tell
it.
you.
Mommy and daddy are like,
So when Colton was a baby, you all know that he was really sick, right? And so he had to stay in the hospital for 5.5 months. That's a long time. It's half a year. And so he had to stay in the hospital, and Mommy and Daddy lived in Frankfurt, and the hospital was in Lexington. So we did not want to go back to Frankfurt because we wanted to be close to Colton because he was very, very sick, and we didn't know if he was going to be with us forever. We were
Dennis,
afraid
move
he might
that
have to go to heaven.
paper.
And so we wanted to be close to him. And so the Ronald McDonald House is a place next to the hospital. It's almost right next
Bless
to
you.
And it is a place where parents whose kids want their whose kids are in the hospital, the parents want to be close to the kids. You alright? So the Ronald McDonald House is a place where those parents can stay for a very small fee, not like a hotel fee or anything. For a very small fee, it's only like $1 or $2 a day or something. It's really
Which is unheard of.
yes. And so, well, that's what it was then. It might be different now. Bless you. And so, Mommy and Daddy stayed there for I think a whole month, maybe 2 months.
Maybe it's just trash.
And so that is why Gigi gave you all of us the Ronald McDonald stuff, because without the Ronald McDonald House, Mommy and Daddy wouldn't have gotten to be close to Colton when he was a baby.
And Gigi and G Daddy make a donation, and that's how they run. The Ronald McDonald House runs on donations. So we send them a check at least every quarter in Colton's name. And baby Lincoln, Matt and Jess were there too.
Yeah. So Lincoln.
But
And then also when you were in the hospital, I stayed at. I didn't stay at a Ronald McDonald House, but I stayed in a room because you were in the hospital for a month after you were born, and I stayed in a room, and the rooms were partially sponsored by Ronald McDonald House.
now, see, I don't think I knew that part of the story.
There's not a Ronald McDonald House
That's
at
in
that NICU.
Frankfurt.
So they
Right.
help kind of, the hospital has to give up those rooms for parents, so the Ronald McDonald House kind of helps.
Cool.
Helps that. So,
Well, I'm glad.
It's only if they have available space.
yeah, and it's only if they have available space too.
Yeah.
But they help with that.
Well,
so.
cool.
Well, cool. So that's what those are all about. And that's why Ronald McDonald House is important.
Yeah, Daddy stayed, but Daddy also had to go take Colton some when you were in the hospital, so Daddy didn't stay the whole time.
No, I was there during
What?
the day.
Yeah, Daddy went during the day.
Because you were trying to
'cause Mommy was
teach,
teaching.
which was way too soon. But, yeah.
And also,
What?
correct me if I'm wrong, but also they did provide meals too, right? Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah,
In
so
Lexington.
Every evening there was a church or a business or an organization that would either cook or they would bring like Olive Garden or just a restaurant
Right.
that caters.
Okay.
So they would either come and cook, or they would bring and serve some restaurant. And so they did that almost every night.
Yeah.
And then Seth and I spent a lot of time at the hospital. We didn't.
Yeah.
We only slept really at the Ronald McDonald house. So by the time we usually got home, that everyone else was already in bed. And so they would always put leftovers in the fridge, and Seth and I would go down and eat leftovers, warm it up and eat leftovers.
About 11 or 12 o'clock.
Because we just didn't want to come leave
Yeah.
home
Right.
yet. Because we
Well,
wanted to change. So
We just have a very, very soft spot in our heart for Ronald McDonald House. And the Bible says that you should give 1/10 of your income. And we try to do a little bit. We're nowhere near a 10th at this point in our lives, but the Ronald McDonald House is one of our major charities. And I just wanted you all to hear that story from Mommy and Daddy. And I didn't know the part about where you were, Sawyer, was in Frankfurt, and that was partially funded by Ronald McDonald House. I didn't know that. But we get a lot of mail from Ronald McDonald House. But Ronald McDonald is just really special to us, and I just wanted to bring that up and make sure you all knew what we were doing. So
thank you, Gigi. And Gigi.
we are very thankful that Colton came through and he did good.
And then, Colton, if you ever, like your surgery this last time, we didn't have to stay in the hospital long. But there's also a Ronald McDonald House in Louisville. So if we ever have to do that again and you have to stay for longer or something, Mommy and Daddy may have to use the Ronald McDonald House again at some point. We just don't know.
So we have to come here.
No,
Why